He says one day we'll live on Mars. The next day he warns that AI could wipe out humanity. So is Elon Musk really a visionary shaping the future, or just a crazy dreamer? Elon Musk's story doesn't start with rockets, Teslas, or billions of dollars. It starts in South Africa, where he was a quiet, introverted kid who escaped into books. While other kids were outside playing soccer, Elon was diving into science fiction and computer manuals. By the age of 12, he had already created a simple video game called Blastar and sold it. That's where his journey began. But what makes Musk different from others is that he never really fit into the system. He was bullied at school, grew up in a tough environment, and dreamed about a bigger world. At a young age, he decided, if I'm going to change the world, I can't do it from here. So he packed his things and moved to North America, with barely any money in his pocket. From Canada, he made his way to the US, and that's where things really started. Musk co-founded Zip2, an online city guide, which he later sold for hundreds of millions. Then came PayPal, the platform that completely changed online payments. And when PayPal was sold to eBay, Musk suddenly had the resources to chase much bigger dreams. But here's where the story takes a wild turn. Instead of playing it safe and enjoying his wealth, Musk took almost all his money and invested it into two of the riskiest industries in the world: cars and rockets. Everyone said he was crazy. Think about it. Building a new car company in the US, where giants like Ford and GM had already dominated for a century? Or creating a private rocket company when even governments with billions of dollars often failed? In 2008, things nearly collapsed. Tesla was running out of cash, production was a disaster, and critics were calling it a failure. Meanwhile, SpaceX's first 3 rocket launches had all exploded. Musk was on the edge of losing everything. Friends say he had to choose whether to save Tesla or SpaceX. He didn't have enough money for both. And then, the 4th SpaceX rocket launched. Falcon 1 finally reached orbit. That success changed everything. NASA signed a huge contract with SpaceX. Tesla got emergency funding and Musk survived. Today, Tesla is one of the most valuable companies in the world. SpaceX is sending astronauts to the International Space Station. Starlink satellites are orbiting above us, and Neuralink is working on connecting the human brain to machines. So here's the big question. Is Elon Musk truly a genius who sees the future before anyone else? Or is he just gambling bigger than anyone else dares to? Because love him or hate him, Musk is not just an entrepreneur, he's a symbol. A symbol of risk, ambition, and the thin line between success and disaster. And in this video, we'll dive deep into his journey. From the bullied kid in South Africa to the man who wants to take humanity to Mars. Stay tuned, because this story might just change the way you see the future. Elon Musk's story is way more than just a regular businessman's journey. Every step he takes is filled with massive risks and, at the same time, sparks the imagination of millions. But what really happened along the way? Let's break it down. After selling PayPal, most people thought, all right, now he's a billionaire. He'll live a comfortable life and enjoy his fortune. But Musk did the exact opposite. He invested nearly all of his fortune into Tesla and SpaceX. Imagine this for a second. What would you do? Would you put the money into safe investments, or would you risk everything? Musk broke the rule of don't put all your eggs in one basket. Let's start with Tesla. Back then, electric cars were considered unrealistic. Most big car companies thought they were too expensive, too risky, and never going mainstream. But Musk saw the future there. Tesla's first models had serious problems. Batteries caught fire, deliveries were delayed, and the press declared, "This is over." Should Musk have quit at that point? Because most business people would have, but he didn't. Eventually, Tesla released the Model S, and it changed everything. It proved that electric cars could be not only eco-friendly, but also powerful, stylish, and exciting. That was the turning point. Today, the reason why every major car company is producing electric vehicles traces back to that bold move. Now let's talk about SpaceX. Musk's goal wasn't just to launch rockets, his goal was Mars. Do you think this is just science fiction, or is it really humanity's next step? In the beginning, SpaceX failed badly. 3 rockets exploded one after another. Headlines at the time read, "Musk's rockets fail. SpaceX is finished." But Elon didn't quit. On the 4th attempt, Falcon 1 finally reached orbit. That moment wasn't just a win for a company. It was the rebirth of a dream. Then came NASA's deal, and suddenly, SpaceX became the company rewriting space history. Today, they're sending astronauts to the ISS, developing reusable rockets, and making space travel cheaper. Think about that. Just a few years ago, this was impossible. Today, it's becoming normal. But Musk isn't stopping there. With Starlink, his goal is to bring internet access to every corner of the world. From villages in Africa to farms in the US, Starlink wants to connect everyone. But here's the question. Is this really for humanity, or is it also about gaining more influence and power? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because that's a big debate. And then there's Neuralink. Connecting the human brain with computers? Sounds crazy, right? But Musk says it might be humanity's only defense against the rise of artificial intelligence. Do you think that's possible? If the human brain merges with technology, do we remain fully human? Now let's flip to the other side. Musk's management style is heavily debated. Some say he inspires his teams. Others say he pushes them beyond human limits, expecting insanely long work hours. What do you think? Is that just what it takes to achieve greatness? Or is it sacrificing humanity in the process? We also can't ignore Musk's presence on social media. One tweet can make Tesla's stock soar or crash. A joke about Dogecoin can shake the entire crypto market. Is this the freedom of a leader, or is it reckless behavior that risks the savings of millions? Looking at Musk's life, it's a constant balancing act. Success and failure, dream and reality, genius and madness. And maybe that's what makes his story so fascinating. Because just when people say he's done, he rises again. And just when he's on top, controversy finds him. So here's my question to you. Is Elon Musk truly a genius, or just a bold gambler who got lucky? I want to see your answers in the comments. Also, which of his projects do you think is the most important for humanity? Tesla, SpaceX, or Neuralink? When we think about Elon Musk's story, we're not just talking about the story of one man. We're talking about the story of an entire era. Because he didn't just change cars. He didn't just send rockets to the sky. He didn't just talk about artificial intelligence or brain-computer interfaces. He also reshaped the imagination of society. Today, when people say going to Mars, most immediately think of Elon Musk, electric cars, Tesla, rockets, SpaceX, global internet, Starlink, a bridge between brain and computer, Neuralink. These names are now part of our daily language. But here's the truth. This journey hasn't been only about success. Yes, there are highs, but there have also been deep crises, moments when he was close to bankruptcy, harsh criticism, and constant controversy. Musk's story shows us one simple fact. Big dreams always come with a big cost. Now think about this. Do you believe humanity will really live on Mars one day? Do you see Musk as a true visionary who's reshaping the future, or the biggest risk-taker history has ever seen? Whatever your answer is, it reflects not only what you think of Musk, but also what you expect from the future itself. Because in a way, when we look at Musk, we're also questioning ourselves. Could we take risks like that? Could we dream at that scale? And maybe the truth is, there might not be one clear answer, because Musk's story is still being written. It's not over yet. Right now, we're living through it. Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Starlink, all of these are still in motion. Years from now, when we look back, we might realize that what we're talking about today was only the beginning. Another interesting thing is that Musk isn't just a figure in tech. He's also a constant storm in social media. With a single tweet, he can move markets. With one statement, he can shift the global conversation. The question is, behind that power, is there always a clear vision? Or is there sometimes a kind of impulsive, unpredictable side that even he can't control? That tension is part of what makes Musk's story so fascinating, so mysterious. At the end of the day, Musk's story isn't only about technology. It's about being human. It's about courage, ambition, dreams, fears, and risks. Maybe when we watch him, what we're really seeing is ourselves, because each of us has a dreamer inside. The difference is, most people don't dare to chase those dreams. Musk does. Even if he fails, he tries. So I'll ask you again, do you think Musk will truly change the fate of humanity? Or will he one day just be remembered as a crazy but impactful businessman? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Which project do you think matters most? Which one could really change our future? And if this video inspired you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your ideas in the comments. Your thoughts and support mean a lot. They help this channel grow. Also, let us know which legend, celebrity, or visionary you'd like us to cover next. Who knows? Your suggestion might be the focus of our next video. Remember, Elon Musk's story is far from over. In fact, maybe the real story is only just beginning.